Hello everyone, how are you doing? I guess you are fine. So I'm going to talk about this trending Zara is new. A lot of people don't know how to do it yet. So you, my members, will get the first hand information as far as this is concerned. We're using Bonnie and then a very stretchy fabric. I want to try scuba. I have not, but I'm going to do that. When I do that, I will still send you the video. So we are going to use the stretchy fabric and we are going to use a measurement of 28 by 28 is fine. 28 by 28. That's just a square measurement. So 28 by 28. Then we start by taking in a fold for the base, or is it the band? I should call it. So we take in a fold for the band and then we sew. But then you can detach it if you want to. You know, the normal way we separate the base of turban. If you like to detach, you can detach it. And again, well, if you want to make it a cross base also, you can, but then you have to prepare it before going through the remaining process. Don't worry, I will bring other videos on this because I know it's going to trend the moment people are able to do it. But if you have the first hand information, it's going to help you in your business. All you need to do is create samples of them. So after the first part, which now happens to be the base, we are going to give a distance. That is, there should be a distance. That distance happens to be the depth of the Zara, because that, you know, we say it's a Zara cap. So that is like the depth. So you can even do a distance of 3 inches. Okay, but I really think I prefer that distance of 4 inches, because at some point the depth of the cap at the finishing point matters. So let's go ahead. We are going to be creating our pleat separately. Remember that I have created a turban like this, where we have to hold up our pleat and then we begin to pin it down before we sew. Though I'm not going to pin, I'm just going to fold inward, you know, take my distance, and then from there I will take 2 inches and so I already have my 4 inches. I'm not touching it. So the next fold now, I'm just going where I folded. Now I will sew about 2 inches, or if 2 inches is big, 2 inches is not big anyway, you can do 1.5 inch instead of 2. All right, so when you sew it, the pleat you are sewing is like a body pleat. Do you understand? A body pleat, you know, when you do body pleat for your body pleated turban, so when you do body pleat for your body pleated turban, that same way, that's the way it works. Okay, so but this time is big. You know, normally when you sew, this part is normally inside that body pleat, but this time it will be the outside part. And then we take the next one. Now we are still going to give a distance. So between the first fold, remember that the first one is the base. Then after that, we now have the first pleat. Between the first pleat and the second pleat, there should be at least a distance of 2 inches. That is, there should be a distance between your pleat. Okay, so a distance of 2 inches, and then you sew about 1.5 again. So this is how you will continue until you get to where you want to get to. So some people make up to 5 pleats, some make 4. This particular tutorials I made just 4, you know, but if I'm making other ones, I will make 5. All right, so you can do 5, you can do 4. The 4 I did was okay, but with the fifth one it would have gotten more depth than I had in this particular tutorials. So I did 4, my depth wasn't as deep as I would love it. So I now made up my mind that the next one I would be doing 5. All right. So this is just how we go about sewing. And then once we are done with the sewing, I believe by now you understood the the how to sew the pleat. So I can move it. So the next thing I did was to cut off the excess part after I was done with the 4 pleats I wanted. So I cut off the excess part. So like the normal way you would sew your turban, you that's how you will close it. But I have not closed though. What I actually did was to just take my measurement, all right, of what I want to use to close. Because this fabric is very, very stretchy, you can close with even 10, it will still be tight on the head. But the best I normally close it with is 10.5. Now the normal way you close turban, that's how you are going to close. But now we just close only that depth part that we call for the Zara depth. All right, I just close only that part, and even apart from that, it wasn't even necessary. Okay, but for the purpose of understanding, I did that. I'm still going to lose it safe. Okay, so only that Zara part I just close it, and then I left this other part because there will be need for me to insert the bunny. So as I begin to insert the bunny, when I get to the first edge, I'll make sure that the material or the fabric is excess, that is it flows above the bunny. And again, I want us to know that this bunny is a sewable bunny. There is a bunny that you cannot sew, but there is another bunny that you can sew. When you want to buy the one that you can sew. So after fixing it, you will not try to push it inward, because the material is stretchy, it will begin to bounce. So push and push until the um elasticity, oyibo no go bend my mouth o, of the material is exhausted. All right, do you see it? So because of the elastic nature of the material, is going to bounce it out, and the bouncing out length depends on the length that you gave while you were actually sewing your pleat. Is it 2 inches? Is it 1.5 inches? So that is the length that the pushing out or the projection we take. Okay, and then when you are done with that pushing, you use your machine again to tack it down, having in mind that the material has to like uh be above the bunny. So this is just the process. It's quite easy. The only part that is challenging, as we proceed, I will explain it to you. That part is very, very challenging. If you are not careful, after all the work you've done, you might not even be able to get a good result. So to easily put your bunny, ensure that you fold the edge. When you fold the edge the way I just did now, it's not going to be sticking to your material. It's not going to cause injury to your material as well. It will just flow through your pleat seamlessly, very easily. Okay, so when you bring it out, stretch it, don't cut that part, because wastage of material is not good for business. So just stretch it, don't cut it, stretch it. Then you push it inward, allow the material to outflow it or overflow it. Hold it down with a small stitch, because if you don't hold it down, you cannot push it. Okay, because it has to be that there is something resisting it while you push. So when you hold it down, you push it very tight. Push it. As you push, it will begin to bounce out. Push, it will begin to bounce out. This is how you will continue if you have up to 5 lines. All right, just you see how closely I'm pushing. My hands are not really far from the point where I am pushing, so you will start to have something like this. Actually, when I was done with this turban, I was crazily in love with it, because I now discovered that it can you can use it for different uh design, as in you can style it in different ways. I will show it to you. I'll show you how you can style it in different ways, and I believe that you will love it. So let me not forget to give a very wonderful shout out to my very first member, the person of Patience Akpan. Thank you very much. You encouraged me. Thank you very, very much. So I have already fixed three. I'll fix the fourth one. Now I am done. And then I loosed the turban again, because I tried to turn that part out, after pushing all this. I was unable to turn it. Oh, I tried. I was unable to turn it. It was so confusing, and I was not able to really comprehend what I was doing. So I had to lose that Zara space that I closed earlier, so that I can really be sure when I am turning it, because the bony has to align, that it has to flow with each other. The left side meeting the right side has to meet, the correct bony has to meet each other. So if you are not careful with that part, you will lose and even spoil your material, because at this point God, is so resistant, as in it's like it's fighting you. uh So you now have to give it your all to be able to do it. Now, most importantly, in sewing this, now I just closed that part, that is the Zara part. Now I just closed it. Now you will try to slip your bony down, slip the bottom one down, and bring the top one and rest it on it, so that you do not miss your bony. All right, that is, your bony from the top must align with the bony from the bottom. The first line of your bony from the top must align with the first line of your bony at the bottom. That's how you do it. Because if you, and again, it has to be flat. All right, that it has to be facing the right direction. If not, it's going to twist your the pleated part that you just pushed out. Now is going to twist it. It's not going to, that part will not really push out the way it ought to. So I want to encourage you that when you are practicing, eh don't be in a rush. Person no dey rush for wetin e never sabi well well. So don't be in a rush. Try and practice it gradually. Give your attention to it, knowing fully well that okay, you've gotten the explanation, but just concentrate to get it done. Okay, so this is it. We continue like that. You can see how it's pushing and resisting me. If you are not careful with this part, you will spend the whole day fighting this battle. Oh. Hey God. So that's how we just continue anyway. We continue with our fight, and then make sure you do not miss your sewing space. Make sure that the needle actually climb on the bony. And when you are sewing on the bony, don't mash your machine with speed. If not, your thread will keep cutting, to keep cutting. In short, if it's possible, when you get close to the bony, slow down and use your hand to roll the machine through. You understand? Instead of rushing to, you cannot rush and sew this thing like you are sewing a straight skirt. So you have to give it time. Okay. So I'm just going to borrow some few time to um appeal to those that are yet to subscribe to our channel. So even though you are a member of this channel and you've not subscribed, please do well to subscribe to our channel. Increase our community. Huh? Increase our community. Thank you very much. Thank you to everyone that subscribed, and most especially to everyone that is presently or that are presently subscribing to my channel membership. I tell you that this is the best place to be, because you get first-hand information. Even if I'm going to post this video out, it's going to take some time. It's for you first. So I think you will like the fact that you are a member of this channel. Once again, thank you very much. So now I am done sewing. I'm done sewing. So the next thing that you will need to do is that you will weave. Though me, I did not weave this one. Oh. So for you to do a very neat work, it's right that you weave it. Okay. So this is how it will look for now. So let's go to our dummy, and then from there we are going to design, because this process is not done until we do what I want to do now. If you just go ahead and sew and you don't take this last step, you have not done anything. No. Okay. So we are going to start by placing it down, and then when we place forward, we take the boning and use it to cross each other. If you look at it now, it's so how do I shapeless as it is now. So but when you begin to cross it, you are going to now use that time to make it firm. It will be firm. All right. So when you cross, you will sew it down. When you cross it, you will sew it down. I want to start by saying thank you to the Almighty God that gives me inspiration. If not, at the first time I saw this style, I was not able to comprehend how it was done. I just asked for help from God, and before you knew it, I was able to get the idea of what I should do. Okay. So you cross it like this, and then you sew it down. You are going to repeat it for each of the lines of the boning. Don't forget, match the right boning to the correct one. That is, match it correctly. Don't go and take the first line and match to the second line. It will not work. First line to first line. Okay. So you can see that this one now is more stable. That is the number one, is more stable, unlike the remaining ones. So we are going to repeat the same process, just like trying to pull it and make it stable. All right, instead of it twisting left, right and center, bouncing and coiling. So to avoid those coils, for it to be coiling up and down, that's why we are doing what we are doing now. If you do not do this, engage this process, you will not get a good delivery. So at this point, I just want to engage all at the same time. All right, so I just keep crossing and holding down. When I'm done, I will just sew all of them together at once. Do you see it? Remember please, that that first part that I said is the Zara part. It's not part of this exercise. Oh, it's not part of what I'm doing now. I did not pull that part at all. Oh, I did not pull it. All what I'm doing here now only concerns the bony part. Okay. So this last bony, look at what I did with it. Twist it, this last one now. After you are done with all the process of sewing this down, and you know that the lines are stable, you will now go ahead and twist the last part. That's the beauty at the back. And then apart from just twisting this part, you can add design to that part, like maybe you can create roses with the same material and use to cover it. Okay, you can buy some stick roses and put on it. Okay, depending on how far you are willing to go. Okay, so or you can just decide to put some stones in that part. It's your choice. And remember I said this design is just coming out. Me already, hey, I already have so many things in mind I can bring out of this design. Okay, so it's stable now. We just range it like this, just like this. You see is more stable. Now look at the back. You see that there's a little bit of obstruction. Not really obstruction, there's a part of it that is not well, that is like that edge there. It's not supposed to be like that, so I will show you what you should do concerning that. But already you can see that we already have the design that we are looking for. So all we need to do is that we are going to pull that place together. You see it? So we'll start from the twisted part of the bunny. Just make sure that our thread is well seated, is strong enough. All right, so we base our thread on the strong part. Remember, the material itself is not even too strong. So then we pick it with loose stitches, normal way you pick loose stitches, like you want to draw your turban. All right, and then we just pull. We are not pulling so tight. All right, we are not pulling so tight. It's just for the purpose of bringing down that angle. All right, and then creating some kind of effect at the back of the turban. So you don't need to like draw it like, oh, there's one thing you want to. No, no, that's just the main aim. It has nothing much to add to the finishing of this turban than the fact that you just want to make sure that you don't leave any part that is not proper. Okay, so you can see that now that we did this, the back is lovely, is kissing, loving. Okay, so that's just it. So I will now look at it closely. Like I said, you can cover that part with roses if you like, and then this part is ready. So I'm going to show you the different ways you can use to wear it, the different ways you can wear it. Of course, look at this, is one of the ways you can wear it. Just wearing it like this. Even if you have your turban lift under, like this, it will be fine. Then this is how you wear it as the Zara. Okay, so you just pull it like this and you have it. So but I'm still going to drop a short video again about this, how to wear it as the Zara, the proper way to wear it as the Zara. And of course you can embellish the part. This thing looks like a beret where you just wear and then you fall one side to your face. So the first design that I wore here now, I've explained it to you before, that you can just wear it straight and allow it to flow backward, you know. Then you can add the designs to that back like roses or stones. Now when you want to wear it like beret, you see that part, that back, turn it to the side, that is to one part of your ear. Turn it to the side. You even need to explain this one to your client. Turn it to that part of your ear. When you turn it there, because already the boning, they already covered gathered in that part. When you turn it there, is easier when you pull it forward for it to rest forward. If not, if you wear it straight and begin to pull it forward, it will look like the depth is not enough for it to come forward. But if you turn that design to the back, that is like towards your ear, you wear it straight first, then you turn it, you turn it. So the lower part, which is now the back, will be at the side, at one part of your face, maybe your left eye or your right eye. You see it now. That is that. This one now, you see that the design is on the side. That is how you wear it as the Zara cap. Okay, so you have the design at one side, and then it will easily fall for you. Okay, and then again, you can wear this cap with what they call it now, um turban lift. So you can wear it with a turban lift, and then it will push the pleat that you have now, this your standing pleat, it will push it backward as a design, as a step. Okay, and it will come out very well. Okay, that's all for today's class. I'll see you in my next class. Please remember that as my members, you are entitled to one special video every week, and that the membership level you belong to matters, as in the content you will get matters based on your level. Okay, so thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.